There's a new protein source outperforming whey, plant, and soy, and it's made from baker's yeast that has a perfect protein quality score matching whey and egg, and a double-blind clinical study showed it builds muscle and strength just as effectively as whey. It's completely allergen-free, and it's a slow-release protein, so it keeps you full way longer than other sources.
It's interesting, in the caption, it says it's outperforming whey. I went to the website for Space Milk, pulled up the study. It's interesting how they present the study too, because if you look at the charts, it looks like whey protein actually did a little bit worse than Space Milk. But if you actually look at how the chart is presented, whey protein actually did a little bit better in terms of lean mass. Now, that being said, there was no statistical difference. And I looked through this data. Basically, the data was pretty much a wash. They looked at resistance training with either control, placebo, and this baker's yeast protein or whey protein. Baker's yeast had better performance on bench press, whereas whey protein had better performance on leg press. I don't think those are real differences. I think this is, kind of p-hacking, where if you test enough things, you will find a difference in something. So really, the study to me said there was no difference between the two. They both performed equally. That means it doesn't outperform whey. And them saying it's a slow release protein, it keeps you fuller longer, they didn't assess satiety in this study. Just because something is a slow release and slower digesting doesn't mean it's going to have an effect on satiety. So you can't really make that claim, even though they did, of course. I looked up this baker's yeast protein, and it has very similar amino acid quality to whey. Whey is a little bit higher in leucine, but not by much, maybe about 10%. Whey is a little bit higher in essential amino acids, but not by much, probably less than 5%. And the overall PDCAAS is 1, which is the same as whey. So for a plant-based protein, this is a very, very viable option. But when it comes to cost, if you're not plant-based, if you're not looking to be vegan, and you don't mind consuming animal proteins, you don't have like some sort of allergy to it, compared to like, say, my whey protein isolate build from Outwork Nutrition, per 20 grams of protein, you're gonna pay 30 to 40% more for something like Space Milk or this baker's yeast isolate. You're probably going to get a little bit more carbohydrate in it as well. Not a ton, but a little bit more. This seems to be a pretty good protein, and so I'm a fan, but it is not better than whey. And on a per cost basis for the benefits, you have to pay more to get the same benefit. To be fair, in terms of plant proteins, probably one of the better amino acid, if not the best amino acid profile I've seen thus far.